Tag 2. So I've had the SMC R here now for a couple days. I've gotten a couple miles on it, and put out 2 videos, like a first impressions video and a freeway riding video. And I kind of wanted to give like my thoughts on the bike and a lot of the things that I've heard like in my comment section. I've had a ton of people that are like, it's not an actual supermoto, it's a road bike cosplaying as a supermoto, and I get that. Yeah, it's definitely based off of a road bike design, the engine, chassis, all that stuff. It could be lighter, all that stuff. I mean, but realistically, like, it's fun. Who cares? It's like the 690's not a supermoto. The Ducati Hypermotard's not a supermoto. I get it, but I mean, when I pull up and I show my supermoto buddies this bike, they're like, that's pretty freaking sweet. So whatever, nobody seems to really care that it's not a real supermoto. It's not a purist, like the DRZ is such a pure supermoto. But that's one of the things. A lot of people have been talking about KTM's reliability. There's been a lot of people defending it. A lot of people from India actually defending it, about talking about seeing people's bikes like their Duke 390s with 160,000 kilometers on them. So there's been a lot of people defending them, but like at the same time, like the number of I've owned a lot of bikes in my day, and I would say probably at least half of them before 1,000 miles needed some sort of work done on them, needed something other than just like the 600-mile service. I owned a Speed Twin that the water pump was leaking. I owned I had 2 Groms. This was plagued. There was a whole TSB for this, but I had 2 Groms at the dealership for like 6 months because second gear ground itself down into nothing, and parts were on crazy backorder. And people talk about Groms being like one of those like bulletproof bikes that just runs forever, but yeah, they are, unless the factory messes something up, and like somebody even as big as Honda isn't immune to that. Yeah, we've had a lot of things. We've had Triumph Speedmaster, the heated grips stopped working. When they put the heated grips on at the factory, they were stretching the grip over the bar, broke the connectors inside of it, and the heated grips didn't work. All kinds of weird stuff. My Trident 660, when I got it, there was all tons of little weird issues with it. I know that, and I get that, and they sort these things out and they get them fixed and they're under warranty, and that's all great stuff. But so far, my buddies that have owned a KTMs haven't had any issues, and I've said, is there anything I should be looking out for? My buddy once said he had the clutch reservoir on the hydraulic clutch bikes, but it ended up being a recall later, and they ended up getting fixed. That was it. That's all they've ever had. I'm the kind of guy that pushes bikes out of warranty a lot, so it happens. I'm not unfamiliar with having to fix bikes, so I don't really mind little things here and there. Now, obviously, if there's something catastrophic, I'm gonna be like, hey, KTM, fix this shit. But realistically, like, I do most all my own work. I have a lot of tools, a lot of time, so I like fixing bikes. What else was there? It's too heavy. I did see somebody say that Euro 5 regulations for a bike that has more than 45 horsepower can't weigh under X kilograms. And it looks like they're like right at that threshold for that. So it seems like they almost had to add weight to make this be Euro 5 compliant. There are a lot of things that as I'm looking over the bike where I'm like, well, that just seems like unnecessary stuff. But it also seems like they made it to where you could just take those things off. Like, I'm assuming the exhaust on this thing is going to be heavy because it's got that big bread box. But like, even like the passenger pegs, I will never have a passenger on this bike. But they are in a way to where you can just take the whole arms off. So I'm sure that there's going to be a good amount of weight to be shredded from this bike. A lot of different little things here and there as I'm going through and like looking at stuff to just seem like unnecessary weight. So we'll do a whole stripping it down to bare minimum as soon as I can get some little mirrors to take these big mirrors off, and then we'll kind of start just dropping some pounds on this thing and see what we can do. But I mean, realistically, this bike is just a ton of fun. All the people that are pumped for it and like can't wait to get theirs, like that's like the good energy that you need. But like the people that are like, it's not a real Supermoto, like I don't care, it's a blast. I have a Grum, I have a Harley. This is a great in between for when the Grum is too little and the Harley's too much. Like earlier we did like a 2-hour ride on the Harley, or on my Harley. She was on her Tiger. Would I have done this on this bike? Yeah, of course I would. If she did it on the Tiger, I would have definitely done it on this bike. But it's the 4th of July and I wanted to ride a Harley, so you know, America. But we're getting some mirrors coming to try to do this. I've seen a couple different people with the Acerus hand guards. I think I want to pick up a set of those. But yeah, a little bit here and there. I do want to kind of do the generic tie detail in the back there that I've seen a couple people do, where you just take off the little extension piece. But I am slightly worried about what to do with the turn signals. Not that I am the greatest of turn signal users, but when Elise is riding with me, it is nice to have them, because she doesn't always know where we're going. So I'll probably figure something out there. I'm assuming that whatever tie details do come out, they're gonna have like a plug and play connector for this. So if I do need to wire in some turn signals, I could probably use the turn signal end and just cut that off and have that. So yeah, we're doing the things. We're trying to make some changes, but yeah, that's just kind of my initial thoughts on the bike. Like, I still love it. This thing's amazing. I have a fucking blast with it every time I get on it. But yeah, the haters are gonna hate. But hit that like, subscribe, throw some comments on what your hateful things are, or what you're excited about with the bike. I'm having a blast. It's 4th of July. I'm riding a Supermoto, and I'm going to get ice cream. So you know what? I'm having a great day. You guys have a great day too. Thanks. What the fuck? This is why they say that the 4th of July is the most dangerous day for motorcycles, because people like this, people that just pull out in the middle of the fucking street